9:30 in the morning on Friday. Let's go. Little closer, little closer. Come on. No, not that close. Okay. Okay, where are my eyeballs? Where'd those go? Oh, here they are. Okay, so anyways, let's go to Eve. I think, right? That's the mission. Make ground contact with Eve. Yeah. Hello. Like 2-3 minutes into this, I guess. Hi. 9:30 in the morning, Friday. Got a couple hours before I have to leave for work, so I wanted to go ahead and get this out of the way. To be a simple little mission. I'm gonna send a lander to make ground contact with Eve. I'm not sure if it's just gonna be a lander or it might be a rover. I don't know which one to go with yet. I'm gonna figure that out as I wake up and all that. Cheers. Okay, so is this gonna be a fresh vehicle or not? Let's see what we have. Believe it was one of these. It wasn't the R series. I started a new series. I think it was the M series. Maybe. It might be the MO1A. So there's my rocket, but that's my, no, that's Mass Relay. Okay. There's my Mun Rocket series then. Let's take a look at it. See what it is. It's the one that we just sent to Eve for a splashdown. I could modify that, because I already have the relay, so I could knock the relay off. And this would have entirely too much Delta V. And with that being the case, then I could modify the landing vessel to be a ground lander or a rover, and this would still have enough Delta V to be able to push it there and get it down. It wouldn't have to circularize, it wouldn't have to normalize, none of that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of this. Oh crap, I can't see how... Where's my reroute? Did I select the reroute? No? Is there a way to do that? Through the radial? Change tool, maybe? Never really done it that way. Okay, cool. Learn something new every day. Reroute. So if you're ever streaming or whatever, you have a camera up in your corner and you can't see anything up there, which actually that's going to get in the way of a lot of things. Anyways, you can just radial while you're in the VAB and boom. You can reroute and whatever else. Alright, so I want to reroute to this and get rid of everything above it. Or do I? No. I want to reroute to the opposite. I want to reroute to this, so let's reroute to that. If I can. There we go. Alright, then I can sort of figure out what that payload mass was. It was 6.4 tons. That's it. Are you serious? That's tiny. Okay, so I can make a decent lander, I guess. 6.4 tons, I mean, I can kind of work with that, but whatever. Alright, you. Let's get rid of you. You're obsolete to me now. Your mission is over. Time for something new. Goodbye. Alright, so about 6.5 tons. This thing can push, what, 200 tons? Almost. So I've got about 29, nearly 28 and 3/4 to play with. I can make a nice lander. But the question is that going to mess up our Delta V if I push it too much more than the payload size that I had last time? I guess we'll find out. So, let's place some parts so we can start working towards that goal. I am gonna need this. That'll be the second quick disconnect? No. No, maybe, yeah, no. Because I'm gonna disconnect the heat shield like I did last time after the parachutes, not before. And that's gonna drop. So maybe I can just remove. You're my new root part, that's right, okay. This is where it's gonna get funky because of the rerouting. Alright, so let's select you as the new root part, get rid of you, attach you to the heat shield, auto strut. Okay, so now, whenever I want to disengage that, I'm going to need a different decoupler. That's a TD12, right? That'll work. So, that'll disconnect after we pop the chutes on whatever I'm about to build for the landing. Now the fun part, building the lander. I'm not going to go with a rover this time. I don't think I have time for that. So, let's get the structure of the lander itself. Nothing major, nothing big. It's going to be a simple little thing. I know what I can start out with. I can start out with the Science Junior. Perfect. Alright. So let's start you up and start getting some stuff on you. But we need to get the brain and all that stuff so we can get this rerouted properly. So let's get your battery bank, your inline stabilizer, and then your brain. That'll be the one. Alright, so there's basically the core of this thing with a little bit of science under it. Now we need to attach more. It's not going to be docking to anything, so I'm just going to pop a main on it up top. Should I? Should I? You know what? I can be smarter than that. That's where I'm going to attach this. Plenty of room up there for that. Unless I find something better to replace that with. Alright, so leave that open. We need to put the auxiliary comms on it, just in case something goes wrong with that. So let's put 2 of those on, and find a place to put 2 of these that won't hinder it. Let's go there. Let's see what those look like extended. Fantastic. Alright, moving on. Next, we'll get the drogues. We're going to need a good bit of those. Not really as much as we would on Kerbin. Close to the same as last time, though, probably. I think they'll be fine here. What do we have? Hello, Rio. How's it going? Let's change that to Radio 4. Right. That should be good enough, I would hope. Welcome in. Making a quick Eve landing mission before I go to work. Hope you enjoy. That should be enough to land it. Hope so, anyways. You know what? I better be cautious. Do I already have these auto-strutted? Good. Alright, so let's place another set of these out. That should be fine. Staging is going to be the fun part. Alright, so that's everything that we need from the miscellaneous menu, I think. Pretty sure, at least. Alright, let's chuck some signs on it. Let's put one of these here, one of these on the opposite side. Barometric pressure reader over here. Seismic signs here. We can put a... Well, do those work in atmosphere? Rated for 3 point kp pressure. I don't think they work in the atmosphere. I think they only work in space. I think I figured that out the hard way last time. I am going to need something to read the atmosphere, though. Which I suppose I'll put up here. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, let's put you here. Then we're going to need some goo, which we'll put right there. That should balance everything out decently well enough. That's all the science we're gonna take, right? Yep. Alright, so let's put, do we need any more comms on you? I don't think we're gonna need more comms on you. I think we're gonna be just fine with that. And we're not gonna be deploying it until we land, so... Yeah, I think that should be fine, but just in case, I'm gonna put some backup. Where to put you, though? I guess I'll put you right here. Put landing legs. Alright, you know what? The comms should be fine. So moving on. Let's put some power banks in you. We've already got 1,000. Let's upgrade you to 2,600 plus. Because I know you have some in your brain. So let's add a little bit more to that. Oh, there's gonna be plenty more. Wait till we launch it. Okay. I want solar, but I don't. I want these, just in case. So let's shove these inside of you. And figure out something about the landing gear next, probably. Yeah. I want those LT2s. They're nice and durable, which we're going to need for Eve. Durability is big. As long as it'll work out, that's what matters. We're going to deploy those shielded, but not extended, not at the launch. And once we pop the heat shield, after we pop the chutes, heat shield will drop, hit the surface, discard itself, then we'll deploy the landing gear, and then let it land. And then once it lands, or once it reaches at least, what's the pressure or the speed for this? How much can it tolerate? 50 Gs, are you serious? 7 meter per second impact, that's what matters. Okay, so if it's less than 7 meters per second as it lands, I'll deploy that and start doing science while I'm in the air above wherever. If not, once it lands, then I'll open up comms. Hopefully that'll work. Oh yeah, solar. Where can I put some solar on you? I can put some solar on it there, so it's using the solar until I pop that off, and then the RTGs can take over from there. But it's kind of unnecessary. Actually, if you put it that way, then solar is unnecessary, period. So I might just leave solar off. It's good to have redundancy, though, you know? So I'm gonna pop some solar panels on here somewhere. I just don't know where. I need to have them, though. Just a little bit of redundancy somewhere, just in case. I don't really see anywhere to put it except like right here on the butt. But alright, I'll do that. And could put it here, but it's gonna mess it up whenever it opens. I could put it up here if it would just sit right on there whenever I put it there. Maybe up here? Good enough, right? Fair enough. It's not the prettiest thing, but it gets the job done, right? Okay, so let's update this thing. It's not going to be the MO1A anymore. It's going to be the MO1B. Cool. Save, craft. And what else do I need to do? I need to add some struts to you. That's for sure. So let's pop some struts down. put it like here. See if it connects on all four sides properly. Right to the RTGs. That's nice. And that's really the only power source this thing has, isn't it? Okay, so let's add some out here then. Just, there's the redundancy we're gonna have. We're gonna have some out here for the trip there at least, since we don't have any elsewhere. Okay, what else? Back to where we were, we needed struts. I think that's gonna be enough struts. There's not two vessels on top of this launch system. This time there's only one. I think it's strutted up enough. Is there nothing concerned about? No, we need to readjust all the staging, but I think I have everything ready. It's a very simple lander for a very simple mission. Yeah, alright, so let's do the staging. Let's go down here, make sure we're getting the right thing. I've got the rhino. Once the rhino goes off, we want these to disconnect. And by the time we're done using all that, we're going to be deep. Might even be circularizing it Eve, if not going straight into the atmosphere. Once it disconnects, oh wait, no, we need the part where it disconnects. Alright, so right there, that's the stage already ready. Let's disconnect these mains. That's going to be the last thing going off. Alright, so let's put those there. Well, no, it's not that. That's going to be, so put that there. Drag these up here. The drogues and all that, but we have, if I'm not mistaken, this is what? A wolfhound? Yeah, we need to find out how much stress is on that wolfhound because there was a lot of stress on it before. Disconnect, go to the wolfhound, and the wolfhound will disconnect. That's when we're going to deploy the heat shield. And that's when we're going to need the drogues. Drogues. What comes after that? Why there? Yeah. Okay. So let's drag this up above the mains, right? And then that's going to disconnect, fall. That's still going to be fine floating down. And we're good. There was another issue though. What was it? I need to figure out how much that payload was, right? Alright, so let's reroute and go up here to this. Right? That was where the payload was, right? Okay, so if I disconnect this, what are we looking at? I think it's actually less. Well, I mean, it's a given that it's less, right? But it's not really what I was after. I need to find out the payload size. So let's go reroute it back to up here. Then disconnect this. There we go. Okay, so it's 4.195. That's 2.5, 2.25 tons less than the dual payload setup that I had in the last mission. So that should be fine. That's going to be more than fine. We're going to have even more Delta V, which is ridiculous enough. But check, 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 and check. Everything's green. We are good for launch. So we can do this mission. And I have, what, an hour and 45 minutes until I have to leave. That's plenty of time to do this mission, so let's do this mission. Let's go land on Eve. How about some tunes? As per the usual. First things first, update the main and secondary saves. We're going to go to the tracking station. Time for a little retrograde. Alright, we ain't got no junk floating around in space, nothing else to remove, so we're good. We have our relay system going. It's not showing the whole thing though, is it? Oh, that is the whole thing. We only have Eve. Alright, good connection. Solid. Should be fine. This is all autonomous. It's all machine. Probes, relays, all that right now. No manned missions yet. We do have a couple scientists in orbit around Eve right now doing some science in a mobile processing lab. It's going to be very good. once we get back to Eve, transmit what we got from that during the time it took to go there, come back, and get back there again. There's going to be a full science lab. It's probably full now. I remember sending the science back before quitting in the last episode, so it's probably empty actually. Anyways, let's get this lined up. Let's get Eve where it needs to be, Curvin where it needs to be, the Mun where it needs to be, of course, and then we'll launch. While that's happening, here's a close-up and some Gatorade. Something orange-ish for the morning, I guess, right? Look at me, I'm being healthy. Not. Now that's breakfast. This is the breakfast of physicists, engineers, and scientists, right? Fake orange juice and some nicotine. Keeps the brain going, I guess. Okay, where's Eve? I'm not paying attention like I need to be. Alright, once Eve is at the cusp of its orbit, which it pretty much is at all times, but it needs to be able to draw a line from the edge of its orbit to Curvin. Then it's going to be where it needs to be. Then we're going to focus on the position of the Mun, make sure it's where it needs to be since that's where I'm launching it from. I'm not digging that. Next. It's a very hard and painful mix to listen to, so nope. As good as it is, that'll have to do. What the fuck was that? Okay, anyways. Looks like we're almost there. So the answer is that you can get like 16 hours of sleep after only getting a couple hours of sleep a night for weeks. And it's still not going to give you focus after catching up on sleep. I have no focus. Let's, get the Mun where it needs to be. Alright, Eve is going to disappear. We have a relay there though, so we have our line. I think we'll get a line from the Mun to it at some point here in a moment. Anyways, we need to line the Mun up the same way. You have to pretend that Curvin is the sun, basically, and the moon, or the Mun, becomes Curvin. And that's how you line up the Mun's orbit with, like, interplanetary transfers or whatever. Like, it's basically the same, just different, if that makes sense. Once we get it to the edge there, that's almost too far, actually, because we're going to be launching from right there. We have to go around to here, and then take off to Eve, and that time it takes to go around the Mun, it's going to move the Mun forward in its orbit, and that might mess up the window. It's okay though, we can just wrap it back around one more time if we have to. Alright, so let's get it done. Hi there, welcome in. Starting to know more about KSP. Well, you will probably learn a bit in this video. I've got 2 tutorial series up now. One's more of like a 100% playthrough all the way to making it out to Elu and in the Moho. But I have a tutorial series from like 4 years ago or so, maybe not even 4 years ago, but it's pretty much as complete as that one and way more in depth. But I didn't know all the stuff I know now, so it's not as comprehensive. Anyways, let's get this launched. Welcome in, hope you enjoyed this show. I'm going to be launching this from the Mun to Eve and landing on dirt. Getting some science, completing Eve, hopefully. I think I have to do a dock and transfer mission around Eve still, and then it should send me to Duna, hopefully. If not, it might send me to Drez. Guess we'll find out. I haven't even been to Duna yet in this playthrough, but I'm gonna get there eventually. It sent me straight to Eve as soon as I got done with Curvin the Mun and Minmus, so that's fun. Sorry for the nighttime launch, but the window is the window, and we have to launch how we can, so let's get it. Good launch, get it up to 50, and we'll kick her sideways, and get moving. And we're off. Let's go to Eve. Let's try to also make sure we don't hit any of these mountains or hills on the way out. That should be fine right there. Okay. So once that Apple Apsis hits about 50k, we're gonna back off and circularize, or just take straight off to Eve. Let's keep an eye on that Apple Apsis for now then. The vessel should be fine. This is the second launch of this launch system. It's not like I haven't launched a million other ones before that. At this point, after going from building to launch every time for like 5 years, I think I'm pretty solid. Yeah, this is gonna mess up the orbit of the Mun for this window a little bit. Are we above 5k? Almost. Good timing. Alright, so we can keep moving. Now we can warp over here and circularize. Let's get you to prograde. We're not gonna have nearly as many stabilizers and reaction control wheels as last time, so it's gonna be a bit bulky and difficult to handle at first. Once we lose the launch stage and we're on to the second stage, it'll be alright. But I think 17 seconds might not be enough, so I might have botched that a little bit, but it'll be okay. Still trying to get the prograde. I have 5 seconds left until we hit the Apple Apsis. Not good. You know what? It'll be just fine. Alright, let's kick the tires and light the fires. Look at that. Circularized. Really quick. Now we just need to transfer. Alright, so let's get our target set. Target Eve. Come on, please. Thank you. Alright, and now we get the vessel around to that periapsis, and then we're off. Let's get out of here. Let's keep it lined up with Eve, though. Looking all pretty and purple. And go time. As soon as it's back at prograde, it should be lined up nice and smooth. Unlike my hair setup here, very not smooth. Anyways, looks like we're okay. How's the Mun looking? Perfect. Why did I doubt that? So here in about 25 seconds, we'll kick it. Need to get zoomed out though, ahead of time. How we looking? Fantastic as always. Alright, let's just go ahead and do this. It's gonna eject itself from the Mun's, what is that called? SOI, Sphere of Influence, then Kerbin's, and then lower periapsis down to Eve's. Sorry, lower periapsis down to Eve's until we get contact right there. Then we just need to adjust our alignment, our inclination, whatever. But in order to get there through the time warp, we need to warp out of the Mun's sphere of influence into Kerbin's. Once it hits, we can transfer over to that. And we're going to be pointing anti-normal since it's an ascending node. If it's ascending, we want to bring it down. That went right in my eye. Ow. Fantastic. It's kind of hard to smoke when you're playing anything, even something as chill as this. Alright, so let's normalize. How you looking? You're looking in one piece. Fantastic. Wasn't there something I was supposed to deploy while I was out here? I don't think there was. Maybe? So we don't have the backup comms to deploy, so I ain't gotta worry about that. Let's get the focus down there. Need to hurry up too. Aim camera, aim camera. There you are. Alright, let's take a look at you. No, everything's good. Alright, so let's reset that back to auto. Now we need to do our normalization burn. Let's get that back up. Keep an eye on our encounter nodes while we're doing it. Activate that one for backup. Turn that shit down some. Alright, let's go. I have no doubt at all that that's going to create a point of contact. If it doesn't, we can adjust it with radio out or radio in. Feeling pretty confident though, but we'll see. May need that adjustment. Yep, okay. So, how are we gonna do that? I'm gonna try going radio out first and see what happens. I'd rather the approach be on the backside than this near side. I don't like that. Means we're coming in a bit hotter. Well, no, it'll be slowing down at that point, right? We're slowing down, right? 0.7. It's not gonna tell me anything. Alright. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it wraps the encounter back over to the other side, but if we get it here, we get it here. We'll roll with it. It might be too early for this. Right, we need to focus up on Eve now. Here we go. Encounter in about 3, 2, 1, 0. And we need to take it to the other side. Get it nice and close. Ooh, too much. Too much. So this makes a big difference, because you can reduce this now and get nice and close, instead of having to use more delta V when you arrive to pull that in from far away from Eve, but still within its influence. It looks like it's going to be angled up a little bit, but that's okay. This is going to be touchy too, so I need to reduce the thrust. I need to limit that down a little bit. It still might be too much. A little bit. Let's bring it on in. Excuse me. Let's go with about 250 or so. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's bring that limiter back up. We've already got all the science from the space around it, both near and far. So let's update our quick save just in case something dumb happens. And let's boogie on over to Eve. It's going to be fun to watch too. Now it should be, it's moving fast too. It should be like right over here somewhere. Yeah, there you are. Okay. Alright, let's get pointing retrograde before we lose this opportunity. We already are. It's moving faster now though, because we've lost so much of the mass from burning that fuel. That's good. We're going to lose that periapsis for a moment, but that's fine. We're going to wrap around and land like right here, immediately, if we can. Should be able to. There's no if we can, we always do. Alright, we have orbit. Now we're just bringing it on home. Plenty of land in front of us to land on. I want to land in some daylight, though. And it is notorious for having way more ocean than land. but we're in a good spot. Might need to normalize it a little bit, bring it down, try to land somewhere around here, like right there. Got about, what, 30 seconds of burn left, maybe. It's probably going to be less by the time I check it and look, but it's not going to show us there. It's going to show it here. Show all. What do we have? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Ooh, we're descending. Very nice. Okay. I want to push it. I want it to stay right where it is as far as the descent goes. So we're a little closer. Once we're above the target, I've got so much delta V left I can just cancel out my velocity and go straight down. That'll be fine. But let's normalize a little bit so this is more predictable and controllable. That's gonna burn some of that delta V. Let's get rid of that stage. It'll burn up in the atmosphere now. See, you wouldn't want to be you. That's right, I forgot to check the mass versus the wolfhound. Thrust of weight's real low. I forgot about that. Crap. That's fine. Let's boogie. We got nothing but time. We're still 250k above. Once that's normalized, we'll be out of the path of that, which it's going to be long gone anyways. It'll be burning up in the atmosphere before we get there. That should be good. Alright, so that's 250k. It would stand to reason that about halfway, 125, would be about that high above the atmosphere. And that's going to be at about where? About like right here. Yeah, I'm going to need to reduce that a little bit. But let's go retro. Go to surface. I'm prepared to land this rig. Let's update that quick save. You never know when the Kraken's going to strike. Let's bring it in. Hopefully we don't overshoot this and land in the ocean again. I kind of want to point more down now while I have the time to. Let's hurry up. Let's hurry up. Get it more down a little bit and then start burning retro and bring us in. We'll hit dirt and complete that mission. That should be fine. Alright, let's go retro and keep it on surface mode. Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's reduce our speed down to about half. Let's say about 1300 meters per second. That should bring the line into the inland there, like right where this little patch of land meets that bit of ocean there. Now we're just waiting at this point for it to burn. And we're losing altitude in the meantime, so we need to watch that. If I get this done soon enough, I may just go ahead and take off and go grab some breakfast before work. Fancy that, yeah. Nope. Probably figure out what the next mission is and prepare for it. That way I can get straight to it in the next stream. Slowing down very good. Giving us plenty of time to work with there. But again, it should reach the edge of that bit of water there once we hit about 1300. That's my guess. My guesstimation at least. It's probably going to be sooner, right? Well, like 1500, 1550. Not that first part, but like right here. And that's what we want to make sure to hit so we cancel out all chance of hitting the water, because we are trying to hit land. Even though that's going to get reduced upon re-entry. I just want to be careful. That was about 1300. We don't need this stage anymore, at all. So let's just go ahead and get rid of it now, so it doesn't become a problem later. Go ahead and get this inflated. And I want to check the comms out. I want to make sure that we're going to have comms as we land. That's a concern. That might be too far by the time we get down there. Is there going to be any other comms that I can connect to from this side of Eve? Doesn't look like it. This might have been a bad time to do this. Only one way to find out. Let's update the quick save. No, leave it where it was, just in case. Let's retract this and see if we lose comms. In atmosphere is going to be a completely different beast entirely, but we're good now. And we're going to need that closed while we enter the atmosphere. Let's do that now. Let's see what happens. Get on up in there. Oh sweet, we have a nice view for watching that burn up right beside us. That's fantastic. Anyways, here we go. Enjoy the view. I think the rest of it I can do with the HUD disabled. Alright, ooh. Goodbye, second stage. You're gonna explode real fast, aren't you? Come on. Go boom. Give us some fireworks. Thank you. That's great. Still burning up too. We maintaining good control through entry. Nice. Alright, we made it through the atmosphere. Or we made it through entry. The upper atmosphere. Moving towards the lower atmosphere now. Is there still time to get... Really? And that gives me science. Sweet. Okay, cool. Can I get some more science that I didn't get before? That'd be kind of nice. Where's it at? Barometric pressure reading. I already got that. Okay, how about that temperature reading? Where's it at? I should know. I've built it, right? I already got that too. Okay. What about some goo? I mean, I kind of want to save the goo for when we hit dirt, but that's 25. That ain't worth it. I think I can get more on land. It's easy to get into the upper atmosphere. It's hard to land by comparison. Like that thing, it nearly got completely destroyed. It made it through the upper atmosphere. Easy. It's not gonna land though. Alright, so let's get closer to the surface now. And then we'll activate the chutes and get rid of this thing. Not gonna activate those chutes until we're right there. It may become unstable because of the heat shield still. And I might have to stop warping because of that. Can't be helped, but yeah, regardless, I think this mission is 100%. So that was easy. Always is though, isn't it? It's funny, this song was playing in the last stream whenever I was making it through the atmosphere. Very coincidental. Bring it on down. Bring it on down. Because the atmosphere is so thick and Eve, it always takes forever to fall through the atmosphere. No matter if you have chutes or not. Like, we're at the... Yeah, that second stage, bulky, heavy. No chutes, nothing. What's left of it anyways. It's barely that much lower, really. It might hit the ground in like, what, maybe like another 6 kilometers. And it is moving faster, so in like 3 kilometers for us, when we hit like maybe 8 or 9k, that should be hitting the ground. That's still slow. There's nothing stopping it from falling. This heat shield, it's reduced us to 31 meters per second. That thing is probably moving at like 60 still, at least, when it should be falling at like faster and faster speeds. This atmosphere is thick with 2 C's. Don't like that. Why is that open? Go away. Thank you. Okay, so 5k. That dropped out of nowhere. Alright, let's get that shit up. Probably still shouldn't have opened them so early, but... because now we're going to be waiting even longer once they pop. but I haven't set the pop way lower than last time. That was like a kind of a on-the-spot emergency kind of thing, because I had accidentally disconnected the heat shield before the shoots had popped last time, and that almost killed the mission. I forgot to check the staging, like a noob. But we didn't do that this time. It's fine. Once the mains pop here shortly, should be like any time now. Hopefully. It's actually starting to become a bit of a worry. We're getting pretty close now. You can pop anytime now, please. Okay. We're getting awfully close now. There we go, thank you. Alright, what are we at? 4.5? Let's lose that dead weight. Hopefully it explodes once it hits the ground. If not, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of fooling around to change that. Oh yeah, that thing is gonna be a goner. Goodbye, heat shield. I've never seen one of those, like, burn up. I've only ever seen them explode on impact, and that's it. Oh no, that's a threat. You gonna come back over this way? I hope not. We're awfully close to the ground now, though. It's like we're, what, 1,400 above sea level? It's gonna be like probably 200-300 above sea level on the ground, maybe. Where are we, anyways? Yeah. Where we want to be. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, heat shield? Oh, there you are. Let's watch that while it hits the ground. That'll be fun to watch, right? Three, 2, 1. It didn't explode. I'll be damned. Oh. Okay, that happened. It's just kind of there now. And it's like pointing up at us. It's unusual. Anyways, where are we at? Cool. We are moving so slow. Alright, let's boogie. Hey, heat shield's just gonna remain intact, huh? So we have an artifact. Oh yeah, it might help to deploy the landing legs. I tried to say all that in one word just now. Deplant. We must deplant. Deploy the landing gear. There's an acronym, kinda, maybe? I don't know. I know the government loves their acronyms. There's one. There you go, NASA. Deplant. Deploying landing gear. Oh, now it falls over and blows up from that? Are you serious? It falls over and explodes. That makes sense. This looks like a good spot to land. Let's disable the SAS for a moment here, see what happens. Nope, don't want that. Alright, radio out. Perfect. Alright, we still have comms too. Amazing. Disable SAS. Extend the antenna. Change it to only require partial. Transmit what we have from that atmosphere, upper atmosphere of that science, yeah. We have landed on the surface of Eve, even though we already landed here before. Yeah. Complete the mission, check. That's why we changed it. There's not enough. Any crash you can walk away from counts. We didn't crash. That might be the Kerbal way, but we didn't crash. We're fine. Alright, well that's doing that. Well no, we want to let it finish first. So let's let it finish. Alright, cool. Get some power back up. Look at all those rocks over there. I don't know where the the heat shield went, but about to find out. That's all that's left of stage 2 in the heat shield. The coupler made it. Alright, let's get the rest of the science and wrap this up. Stomach's growling. I'm hungry. transmit. Let's do the barometric pressure reader next. That'll be very little energy required. Same with the goo, I think. I think the goo takes less than the seismometer. Do it. Seismometer. Or do they actually call that accelerometer? It's a seismometer and accelerometer? I don't know. Space reading, aka the gravioli detector. Negative gravioli detector. That's gonna take a lot of power though. This won't. Oh, I think this will require less power. Okay, maybe the same or more. This next one's gonna hurt. Atmosphere reading. That's gonna hurt. It's gonna take a minute. Yep, let's do this. Might not even get enough power in the daytime. That's why we have the RTGs though. May we have an update? 100%. Sweet. Alright, you're done. Your job's done. We finished. That's it. Mission over. Complete. Let's go to the tracking station, make sure there's no trash in space. Hit that self-destruct button on those. Cool. The only trash we have is the decoupler that landed. I'm still gonna get rid of it though. Alright, Swaggy, let's go back to the Space Center and wrap this up. I still don't have to be at work for an hour and a half. So what do we have? A under science. Have anything good we can get? Anything left to get that I'm actually gonna need? Maybe that. Ion's kinda okay to have later on. Don't need it right now though. I could use some more aerodynamic parts, yeah. Could start building some shuttles and space planes. I don't really need any of this stuff though, for all the stuff I'm going to be doing even in this playthrough. You know what? I do need EU though, and having these will be useful. And a bigger, what are they called? Brain fart. The fairings. Why don't they call them fairings? Okay. And the biggest nose cone in the game. I'm gonna get this, I guess. That leaves me, what, 261? Can I get anything else? Advanced aerodynamics, that'll work. Let's update our save. We'll do the main update here in a second once we get the new mission. What's the new mission? Explore Gilly. That's right, there's a moon around Eve. Forgot about that. Alright, what else? Can I get some good money for that? Because I can just send some data before my next launch. Sure, I'll take it. Money's money. There are no other missions to grab right now besides that, so may as well take the money when I can get it. We are at 2 million though. Alright, so we're going to be flying by Gilly and gathering some scientific data. It's going to ask for a return mission, a manned return mission too. So that's what I'm going to do in the next one. We're going to be going to Gilly, making orbit, landing, doing all the science there, going back to orbit, do a dock and transfer, get that out of the way too, all in one mission, and then return to Kerbin and get that done. That should knock out Eve completely and send us to Duna, I hope. It's always straight to Eve. I don't know why. But anyways, that's what's next. Gilly. Should I try to build the vessel for that now, though? Because we're going to need an autonomous station in orbit around Gilly first. That acts as a relay too. Then we'll send the crew to dock with that. That'll knock out docking. The transfer. We can refuel. We'll have comms. More comms. Don't even really need it though, do we? Except for the station because it's autonomous. It can be in polar because that takes like 5 Delta V around Gilly. I'll leave that for the next stream to figure out. But yeah, that's what's up next, Gilly. Until then, let's update the save first, I guess. And then, until that next stream, the Gilly stream, I say goodbye, I say goodbye. Peace. Bye.